The Togolese opposition receives support from African civil society. As the government's draft bill on constitutional reforms demanded by the opposition is being reviewed, 8 civil society organizations have just signed a joint statement to support the struggle of this segment of the Togolese political class, which is also calling for the departure of President Faure Gnassingbé, who has been in power since 2005. People are using every possible means to make their voices heard. According to the opposition leader, this peaceful public march in which these demonstrators took part is marked by anger and serves as a final warning.
It's a way of telling this regime that it's time for them to grasp the seriousness of the situation so that things can move forward in a way that benefits all of us. So we believe that there is still time to move things forward in a positive way without reaching situations that are too serious.
Togo's endless presidency, 30 years of Faure Gnassingbé and the betrayal of democracy. For over 3 decades, Togo has remained under the grip of one ruling family. President Faure Gnassingbé, son of the late dictator Gnassingbé Eyadema, has entrenched himself in power, clinging to the presidency through constitutional manipulation, electoral controversies, and brutal crackdowns. But today, Togolese citizens are speaking louder than ever. They are tired, exhausted, and ready for change. This is the story of how one man's obsession with power has stolen the dreams of a generation, and how his recent meeting with a U.S. security envoy has sparked even deeper outrage across Africa. But before going further in it, a big thank you to all our amazing subscribers and returning viewers. Your support means the world to us and keeps this channel going strong. If you're new here or you've been watching without subscribing, we'd love to have you join the community. Just hit that subscribe button and turn on the notification bell, so you never miss out on our latest stories. Let's grow together. Let's proceed. The dynasty that refused to die. Eyadema Gnassingbé ruled Togo from 1967 until his death in 2005, 38 years. His son, Faure Gnassingbé, was installed into power within hours of his father's death, an unconstitutional move that sparked local and international outrage. Despite global pressure, Faure went on to win the 2005 election amid widespread reports of voter fraud and intimidation. Over the years, he has changed the constitution multiple times to remain in office, while using the military and police to suppress dissent. Jane the civil activist Southlands claimed that, "We have lived under one family for more than 50 years. That is not democracy. That is modern monarchy. 30 years of stagnation and suffering." Under Faure's leadership, Togo's economic indicators have remained stagnant. Unemployment, especially among youth, is rampant. Corruption at every level of government. Public services like education and healthcare are underfunded and crumbling. Despite being resource-rich, the wealth is concentrated among a small elite close to the presidency. The same roads that existed in the 1990s are still there, dusty and broken. Schools with no books, hospitals with no medicine. And yet, the presidential palace remains immaculate. The death of democracy. Faure's regime has systematically dismantled democratic institutions. Independent journalists face harassment and arrest. Peaceful protests are met with tear gas, beatings, and even bullets. Internet shutdowns during elections or protests have become routine. Opposition parties are routinely blocked, manipulated, or co-opted. In 2017 and 2018, major protests demanding term limits were met with violent crackdowns. The Togo's opposition leaders claim, "We are not allowed to breathe. Every attempt at democratic expression is crushed." A controversial meeting, betrayal from the West. In 2025, Faure Gnassingbé held a quiet but highly controversial meeting with General Legend, the U.S. security envoy to Africa. This meeting came at a time when Togolese youth and civil society were calling for democratic reforms and Faure's resignation. Instead of pressure for democracy, reports suggest the meeting focused on regional security partnerships and counterterrorism, essentially propping up Faure's regime for U.S. strategic interests. Many across Africa, not just in Togo, felt deeply betrayed. PLO Lumumba, the Pan-African commentator, has always said that. They say they care about democracy, but when it's time to choose between freedom and military stability, they always choose the dictator. The people have had enough. Across Togo's major cities, Lomé, Kara, Sokode, the discontent is boiling. Underground movements are gaining traction, and young Togolese are organizing both online and offline. The chant is the same across the country: Faure must go. Several prominent opposition leaders and activists are uniting for what could become the most significant resistance movement in Togo's history. It is no longer about politics. It is about survival. A whole generation feels their future slipping away under the shadow of one man's greed. Africa is watching every move. Togo's struggle is being closely followed across West Africa. As Mali, Burkina Faso, and Niger pivot toward new political models rejecting Western neocolonial control, Togo is still shackled to a post-colonial dictator. Many wonder, is Togo next to rise? Will it follow the footsteps of countries where the people have stood up and said enough? The Burkinabe youth chanted that. For Gnassingbé is a relic of a dying system. His time is up. The road ahead. Togo's path to freedom will not be easy. The regime has shown time and again that it will not relinquish power peacefully. But history teaches us something important: no dictatorship lasts forever. And the people? They never forget. Call to action. Stand with the people of Togo. Share their story. Demand international accountability. The world must know.